Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Cincinnati Bengals 7-round mock draft. We're here very close to the end of the first round and trying to get a video out for every team before the draft starts. If they pick before 31, video's already out. If they pick after, which is likely going to be second, third round teams that traded their first round pick, coming soon. And let's get into it without any further ado. So the Bengals are really they don't have that many needs at this point. They need cornerback, and they need probably some offensive linemen. Tyler Smith could be a good pick here, but Kyer Elam going off the board right in front of us is kind of rough because I was really hoping to grab a corner. We could wait a little bit and get a guy like Roger McCreary. Petre, I think, is supposed to be projected more as a safety. And for the Bengals here, Tyler Smith is a bit of a convert project. I like him a lot. I like his potential a lot, but I'm going to go with a guy who is a bona fide starter and just a run game mauler, and that's Kenyon Green. I think he would just be, they need a guy they can plug and play, and I think he would be very good at that. Now we're going to look to move up. Bengals, not very traditionally, I don't think they move up very often, but oh wait, it's with the Ravens that are going to trade with us. Okay, let's hope our guy doesn't go off the board, and he does not. Desmond falls to the football team in round 2. That'd be a slam dunk for them. Let's see what we can get from the Bears. And I'm going to offer this. They're going to say no. What if I drop it to 150? And that's going to be accepted. Kenny Pickett also here pretty late. And still a lot of good talent on the board. I like Troy Anderson a lot. I like Quay Walker. But linebacker is not their biggest need. And I'm going to get Roger McCreary from Auburn. They could play a lot more man with the guy alongside Awuzie. And I think that's kind of what the Bengals are looking for. It's just another good corner. They have Eli Apple. They have, who's, a question mark, you could say. And they have Mike Hilton in the slot. But if they can get another boundary guy to go with Cheeto, they could have a lot better of a defense. We fill their two biggest needs. They brought in Ted Karras at center, so hopefully he'll be serviceable. They have Jackson Carman at guard. I believe they signed somebody else at guard. Or they can't remember who it is now. But also you have Kenyon Green, who'd be good. And now we are on to pick number 136. And this might be a spot to go an edge rusher. I kind of like their edge rushers, though. I kind of like the depth that they have. And there's not really a weapon that I want to take here. Yeah, we're going to go with, if I can find him again. There he is. Uwazurike from Iowa State. Probably butchering it, but I like him as a player, and I think that's a pretty good depth rusher for them. They have Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, and some other guys, but I'm not super, just having a good rotational guy I think would be very beneficial. Now we're going to look down the board. Again, there's not that much they need, if we're being honest. I really can't think of that many needs. It says they could use a center, which we might take here. We can wait a little bit. Receiver, not a ton of great talent there. We don't really need a receiver, but they lost Auden Tate, who's the receiver 4, so I would like to get a guy who can replace him. But in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out what we need. Let's look at tight end. What's his name? CJ left, and now they just have Drew Sample, and that's not a situation that I would wish on my worst enemy. Isaiah Likely might be a good pick here. I see him go really high to some people. He's 232. I think he's good value at 150. PFF is going to hate this pick, but good receiving tight end that I think can mix it up for them, as Drew Sample is primarily a blocker. I think Likely will be a very good receiving tight end that can come in and help Joe Burrow out. Lastly, I don't really know what else we need. I think I might just grab a receiver. There's somebody else I was thinking about getting, but the thought has slipped away from my mind. And we're going to try to get a receiver. So their big three are, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. And we're going to try to get a guy that's a little bit different from that. I'm going to go with Velus Jones Jr. from Tennessee. Can be a gadget guy, just really explosive with the ball in his hands. Obviously, Jamar Chase is too, but they have, he's just kind of not the typical receiver that they have right now. And I think he'd be a really good receiver 4. I think they have, I don't know if they have Mike Thomas anymore. I don't remember who they have at receiver, but no one I think that's super great. So, as depth, obviously it's an absolutely great receiving core. And now we might try to look into, backup running back. Ty Chandler You saw in the Super Bowl, Samaje Perine not really ready for that ball. Let's get a good receiving back, and that is Ty Chandler. Perine's still all right, but I would be happier with Chandler backing up Joe Mixon on his 6th round pick salary than I would having Perine. Perine obviously still solid, but I'm happy with that. Now, this could be the spot. Could get a backup quarterback, but Brandon Allen is the greatest player to ever touch a football, so that's not going to happen. Could get some safety depth. Tempted to... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Wanye Thomas from Georgia Tech. Somebody I don't think I've taken before. Solid. And now we have one more pick, which is 252. And again, yeah, I'm not too impressed with our value here. Could be a punter spot. You never know. I mean, Huber retired. I think that was last year. I don't remember who the Bengals punter is off the top of my head. But we'll see what we can get here with still solid players on the board, as this is just a huge draft class with a lot of depth. And yeah, screw it. Matt Araiza, I don't think he's going to fall this far into the 7th round, but we're going to pick him up. That's an A+ for me, because, I mean, that guy he can punt a football like no other. And now we'll see how PFF grades it. I'm pretty happy with this. With the Bengals having the resources they have, being able to get, I think, a 1st-round caliber interior offensive lineman, and I think a 1st-round caliber, at least 1-2 split caliber corner in Roger McCreary. Very happy with that. And here we are on the end screen. We'll see how they rate it. They hated Isaiah Likely like a ton. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. He's not the 232nd best player in this class. He's very underrated and solid. He shouldn't go in like the 3rd round, but I think the 4th round would be a good spot for him. So I think him falling that far is definitely good value. Of course, Kenyon Green at the top of the board. That I think is a great pick. Again, it might be I think he's a 1st-round talent, but they're going to say it's a bit of a reach. But for what the Bengals are trying to do and win now, I think he's a great player to plug in. Same with Roger McCreary. Maybe they think it's a little bit high for him. I like that trade, by the way. The trade up we did. Happy with that. And again, McCreary very good. Going to contribute. Uwazurike, I think very good. Likely can be a good complement to Drew Sample. Hopefully going to be their main guy in time. Felix Jones Jr., good receiver 4. Ty Chandler, again, I agree, is an A+. Super good value for him. Wanye Thomas, solid depth. And then Matt Araiza, or Araiza, however it is pronounced. Very good value at 252, because, I mean, that guy, he is a stud. So B- overall, PFF, not a huge fan, but I'm very happy with it. I think the Bengals would look to do something like this, cornerbacking offensive line in the first 2 rounds. Probably cornerback in the 1st, in all honesty, but we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you think of this video of these prospects and where we took them. Who else you think would be a good fit for the Bengals? And let me know what you guys think of this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.